Now, since Gypsy is once again off of social media, but seems like she's waiting for it to, for her to get paid out before she makes that deletion.
But at 1:30 a.m., her friend Bree randomly went live from her TikTok account telling people that Gypsy gifted her this platform as a Christmas gift.
Oh, my name is Bree. I'm one of Gypsy's best friends. She gave me her account for Christmas, early Christmas present.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and whew, do we have a wild one today? Because Gypsy Rose Blanchard just pulled a move that has TikTok shaking. Like, blink and you'll miss it, but this storyline? Oh, it's giving main character energy episode 10 plot twist. So, picture this. One day, you open TikTok and boom, Gypsy's entire account, all 9.2 million followers, completely wiped clean. Not a single video in sight. And if that wasn't enough, her username magically turns into @protecting my peace of mind. Sounds calm and healing, right? Yeah, hold that thought, because this is not the soft launch of inner peace people thought it was. She changed her profile photo to basically the TikTok app with a giant cancel sign over it, like a digital "I'm done, don't ask." Then she wipes every single video, gone, deleted, vanished, and leaves one tiny thing behind, her business link. So the vibe was, I'm leaving, but the checkout door still wide open. And that's when the internet said, oh no, we've seen this movie before. Because here's the thing, Gypsy's done this whole rebrand vanishing act before. She switches names, deletes posts, relaunches as new, rinse, repeat, reboot. Last time it was the whole Blanche Beauty art era. Now we're back to protecting my peace, which sounds wholesome until you remember what dropped right before that.
Now, since Gypsy is once again off of social media, but seems like she's waiting for it to, for her to get paid out before she makes that deletion. I just don't understand why all of a sudden she wants to be out now that the truth is coming out. Because I thought that the truth was so important to her and that she didn't care about things getting released because she wanted people to know the truth, right? But now that the truth is out and she's been doing the Squidward dance, now all of a sudden she wants the peace. She was having, the get down boogie, had no problem doing that big charade. And listen, I know there's going to be a lot of people giving me the leave Britney alone. But at the end of the day, this girl said that she wanted the truth out. And now that the truth is out, it's a problem. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it that y'all keep saying leave her alone? She's saying she wants the truth out, but now the truth is coming out, it's a fucking problem. Because she was doing this move all day long with no problems.
I'm talking about the release of those FOIA docs and videos that people claimed showed some seriously messy stuff from her past. Not long after that, she starts posting about logging off, finding God, choosing calm energy. You get the idea. The timing was suspiciously precise. But get ready, because here's where this whole thing flips from okay girl, take your break to oh wait, what? Because just a few days later, Gypsy's account comes back to life, but it's not Gypsy, it's her bestie, Bree, going live on Gypsy's TikTok and acting like that's totally normal. On the live stream, Bree says Gypsy gifted her the account as an early Christmas present. Yep, a 9.2 million follower TikTok account handed over like a Starbucks card. The chat exploded. People were like, girl, that's not allowed, because technically selling, transferring, or gifting TikTok accounts like that breaks the rules. Then suddenly, Bree backtracks. Okay, it's still Gypsy's account, I'm just managing it for her. Like, okay, damage control much. But the drama didn't stop there. Bree then posts a birthday tribute video from that same account using AI-generated images of Gypsy, her husband Ryan, and a minor named Aurora. The internet lost its mind. Between the fake pictures, the timing, and the confusion over who was running what, people had questions, lots of them. And while Gypsy's out here promoting her protecting my peace era, another wave of drama comes crashing in. People online start whispering, or let's be real, straight up screaming, that maybe this whole handoff to Bree isn't as generous as it looked. The rumor mill says Gypsy might have cooked up a clever new strategy. Step out publicly, but make sure she's still being heard. The theory? Bree's not just the manager, she's the megaphone, meaning Gypsy disappears for peace, but her presence, her influence, her voice, it all keeps moving through Bree. Like one person logs off, but the brand stays alive. Strategic silence or secret side mission?
Now, the other part is accepting compliments. For me, I'm gonna spare you the whole I was made fun of as a child and everybody never really got me. So I'm gonna spare you my whole sob story of that, which I've already told you online. But I think that it's harder for me because I'm trying not to be arrogant. My mom constantly preaches to me, be humble, be humble. And I realize I'm not the center of everybody's attention. I realize that I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world. I am the most beautiful woman in your world. And I understand that because you have told me. And I accept that humbly. I don't take that for granted. I love, adore, and worship you, my amazing King Charming. Good night, my one true love.
TikTok's buzzing, and no one can tell where Gypsy ends and Bree begins. But oh, it doesn't stop there, because right in the middle of the rumors about Gypsy taking time off and healing, the internet starts noticing something else. Remember all those whispers that Ken had left her and she'd be spending Christmas solo? Well, Gypsy clearly got the memo, because before anyone could refresh their feed, she popped back up with a clapback post. The post? A cozy little snapshot of Ken and a baby opening presents, with the caption, "It's truly a wonderful life." Translation? We're fine, stop speculating. Except, are they? Because the internet wasn't fully convinced. Maybe that's just a friendly holiday moment. Maybe he's just being a good dad. Or maybe, and this is what keeps the comments rolling, Gypsy's trying to set this record straight without saying a word. Either way, the tension is giving main character Christmas drama energy.
We all know that Gypsy Rose Blanchard announced that she was leaving social media, that she was leaving TikTok. She changed her username and everything. But at 1:30 a.m., her friend Bree randomly went live from her TikTok account telling people that Gypsy gifted her this platform as a Christmas gift.
Oh, my name is Bree. I'm one of Gypsy's best friends. She gave me her account for Christmas, early Christmas present.
However, giving your TikTok account to someone else is actually against the guideline. In fact, someone even brought this up in the comment section, and Bree changed her tune to this.
So what should I say instead? No, it's technically, yes, it's Gypsy's account. I'm just gonna be like managing it for her and running it for her, basically.
Her PR team. Bree gonna run this shit. How about that?
I am her PR team.
So yeah, she only changed saying that Gypsy gifted it to her after people brought it to her attention that, hey, this is against community guidelines. She then went on to claim that she's just managing it for Gypsy. Either way, this is sure to be a train wreck, and honestly irresponsible of anybody to not make this announcement for the 9 million people that are.
Now here's where everything flips again, because while Gypsy's quietly shading the rumor mill, Bree, our freshly appointed account manager, suddenly becomes the headline. Around 1 a.m. on December 26, 2024, Bree reportedly gets arrested. Yep, booked right after Christmas night into Lafourche Parish, Louisiana, with a whole list of charges that ranged from expired license plates to possession of illegal substances. The internet blew up. Not the manager of Gypsy's account getting cuffed right after Christmas became the new meme of the week, but Bree clapped right back, hopping on, you guessed it, Gypsy's TikTok account to break it all down herself. She said the arrest was being blown out of proportion and people were dragging Gypsy into it for clout. According to Bree, Gypsy had nothing to do with it and the internet just can't mind its business. She claimed she'd built a whole community for survivors and people were weaponizing her mistakes instead of helping her heal. She even said her followers rallied to bail her out faster than breaking news spreads on TikTok, like community goals or chaos, depending who you ask. Then Bree launched into her explanation. She said the arrest was blown out of proportion, and she pointed out a significant detail. She knew she'd get pulled over because that car didn't have insurance, but the supposed illegal substances, not hers.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard's best friend and self-proclaimed manager, Bree, was just just arrested. And yes, this is the same friend that she just gave her 9 million follower TikTok account to. Now, yes, this is her name, but I blurted out. She was arrested at around like 1 a.m. on December 26th and then booked into jail on December 27th in Lafourche Parish in Louisiana. Charges are for switched license plates, possession of meth less than 28 grams, a felony, and 2 tail lamps required. Now, since this information started spreading around social media, Bree made a post on her TikTok stories trying to explain this and what happened. I'm not going to play the full video, but Bree is alleging that somebody else was borrowing her car and this stuff wasn't hers.
When I was pulled over, I knew my car was going to get towed. I didn't have insurance. Things happen. It is what it is. Someone was on the way to get me. And what happened next, no one could have prepared me for. Shit that was found in my car was in a purse that didn't belong to me. But you know what? It probably belongs to one of my family members or someone that they care about. But y'all never thought about that, huh?
Bree also claims that she wasn't required to give a rug test, but that she demanded one when she arrived to the jail. She claims that it came up clean. No shame in struggling with addiction. That's not the issue here when it comes to Bree. It's her behaviors as a whole. And people have long suspected that this was actually what was going on with her, because Bree has been non-stop Gypsy Rose Blanchard's bulldog for the past 2 years. In fact, in one of her most controversial moments, she was caught on a live stream telling Gypsy that she should lie to her PO. TikTok has basically consumed Bree's life. And if you're struggling and something is going on with you, get the help that you need and log off the internet.
She insisted they likely belonged to a family member or someone close, and she demanded a test on the spot to clear her name. She even said it came back clean, though, and here's the key part, there's no public proof of that test yet. So as usual, everyone's left side-eyeing the situation and trying to connect dots that may or may not exist. At this point, people aren't just side-eyeing Gypsy, they're analyzing her whole circle. The internet's basically saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your storyline. And honestly, they might have a point. See, the girls online are calling Bree the beastie Gypsy never let go of, the same bestie she partied with after getting out of prison, the same one she went live with when they both looked a little too lit for that camera. So when Bree's arrest hit the timeline, people instantly went, oh, now it all makes sense. Some even wondered if Gypsy was the first person Bree palled after being booked, because let's face it, birds of a feather, they're always tweeting together. Then out comes a whole new round of tea, and it's piping hot. Stories start flying that Gypsy's husband Ryan had his own issues in the past, but got clean, while Ken, well, allegedly didn't. Apparently, his supposed relapse got so bad that CPS had to check in on their home. That's an allegation, not confirmed, but you already know the internet doesn't wait for official statements when the drama's this messy.
Lunatics.
I'm making this video on this account because I need to clear up some confusion for those of you who seem to think my entire world revolves around defending Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and because of that, y'all seem to think it's okay to make my personal life y'all's entertainment. The last 24 hours have been a back and forth of feeling okay, then not okay, questioning whether I should just disappear altogether. And that feeling doesn't come from guilt or shame. It comes from watching people, disgusting people, who are obsessed with Gypsy Rose Blanchard turn my personal life, something that has nothing to do with her or her case, into their entertainment, lives, mockery, humiliation, speculation, all based on very little understanding of what actually happened. Yes, Friday, when I was arrested. Yes, I was arrested Friday night, and we'll get to that, don't worry. What you don't get to do is turn my life into a spectacle because you disagree with my opinions on Gypsy. Here's what I think a lot of you are deeply confused about. You seem to think that my entire identity, my entire world, revolves around Gypsy. That would be y'all's. It doesn't for me. When I first started making content, I saw a human being being torn apart because she didn't come out of prison as the perfect victim that y'all, or some of you, expected her to be. I did what many of you claim to do. I looked into the case, looked at the facts as I understood them, and I spoke about it. Because we're supposed to all be able to do that, right? That's all right. No. The difference is it wasn't okay when I did it, because I didn't land where you all agreed. Over time, though, let me make this very fucking clear. My purpose has shifted. It stopped being about just Gypsy. What I stand for is people, and I've made that very clear many times. I stand for human beings whose abuse is invalidated, for people whose trauma is mocked, for people whose voices are silenced because they don't fit the narrative others want. That's what I stand for. And while some of you have spent years obsessing over one single person, what I've been doing is building something real. I built a community. I don't like to call it mine. I like to say it's ours, not yours, by the way. You know who you are if you're a part of this community. But the truth is, I built it by being exactly who I am, caring about human beings. And let me tell you what that community looks like. The last year alone, fewer than 70 people, regular people from the internet, have raised over $12,000 to help each other. For rent, mortgage, food, utility bills. We help someone pay for a funeral. We help someone escape a domestic violence situation and get them into a place of their own. That number doesn't even include the private help people gave each other behind the scenes. When I was arrested, I wasn't in jail for more than an hour and the phones rang nonstop. Almost every single one of those calls was someone from my community trying to figure out how to help me. That's what a real community looks like. Not like obsessed people on the internet attacking people personally because they don't agree with them over a case. One person even pulled from her burial savings, money she never touches, to help me. That's love. That's humanity. That's standing for something. You don't even know what that feels like. What you know how to do is attack people personally, mock them, humiliate them, obsess over them. You don't debate ideas, you target human beings. I advocate for humans, you target them. And while you call yourselves a community, every fundraiser you touch turns into accusations, infighting, refunds, and public shaming. The only thing you've ever successfully united around financially is buying documents about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Go figure. That's not advocacy, that's obsession. So speculate about me, talk about my Friday night arrest, say whatever the fuck you want. I'm not going anywhere. You can't push me off the internet because I'm not here for approval. I'm not here because I stand for one human being. I'm here because I stand for human beings. And I've built something real, something that you'll never know. And while you spend your time tearing people down, I'll keep standing with people who actually know how to show up for each other. Like, just imagine being you, someone who wants to try to get police body camera footage of a extremely traumatizing night of my life. Me being so confused, not knowing what was about to happen, and literally the rest of that footage would be me hysterical. That's what you would see me. Like, being fucking hysterical, hyperventilating, scared to fucking death. But y'all would actually enjoy that. Y'all are weird. Y'all are sick. And yeah, I think the real obsession lands on y'all's side, not over here. Over here, including Gypsy, we care about human beings, not just Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I think y'all got things a little confused. I think maybe y'all should be the ones to unplug instead of me. Just know there are so many people who are part of the Gypverse that relate to this so much, whether it be them, a family member. There are so many people in this community who struggle with addiction, who are recovering addicts, and y'all are online making a mockery of a situation that y'all also have no fucking facts about. And people are noticing, and they think you're disgusting. And I'm actually so thankful for people that don't normally even talk to me, that have been reaching out to me, letting me know how not okay this is and how disgusted they are in people they once associated with, because it's not really people they want to associate with anymore. Just remember, being a shit human being only gets you so far. So hopefully we're all on the same page now. Me and my community, including Gypsy, are not only here for Gypsy. We're here for human beings who get treated like shit by human beings like.
But wait for it, because the theory train doesn't stop there. Now people are saying Bree's entire defend Gypsy at all costs routine might not just come from loyalty. Some think it's fueled by substances, chaos, or maybe both. Her arrest included the whole suspicious package deal: fake license plates, no insurance, tail light violation, and allegedly having substances on her. That's not a whoops, I forgot to renew my tag moment. That's a whole folder in the system. And yet, Bree logs back on, spinning the narrative like she's the misunderstood underdog of TikTok. She's basically saying, people are making me out to be the villain when I'm fighting real battles. Addiction, trauma, unfair judgment, all of it. She's basically saying, I'm not the problem, the internet is. But the pushback? Whew! The internet clapped right back with, girl, your arrest is public record. Actions have consequences, especially when your BFF is one of the most watched women women in the country. And then, because nothing in the Gypsyverse happens quietly, Bree starts taking public shots. She calls out creator Audrey Bree, accusing her of using Gypsy's downfall for clout. Audrey wasn't having it though. She fired back, showing receipts that even her highest viewed Gypsy video made her exactly $0. In her words, she wasn't chasing clout, she was chasing the truth. But Bree doubled down again, claiming she's sitting on evidence that will finally prove Gypsy's innocence. Evidence that not even Into the Weeds podcast has seen.
Y'all, I can't make this up. Crash Out Bree had my name in her mouth again. And that's wild, coming from the chick who said she was gonna file a restraining order on me because I spoke about her. Despite the fact that Big Bag Bros spoke about me first before I ever even knew her name. But y'all know, I love clocking her shit, so let's clock it. She had this to say about me.
Some people don't want the truth out because you know what that means? That means their bag is going to be gone.
I personally have no problem with anybody making a bag off of Gypsy. But let's look right here at this video of mine that got 1.2 million views. Do you want to know how much I got? $0 motherfucking dollars. I couldn't even buy a singular item at the Family Dollar from the money I make off of the videos of Gypsy because again, it's $0. Now let's see what else Bree was going on about.
I'm gonna bring her up again, Audrey, who just started talking. Y'all, Aubrey? That's how I say her name. She says it's wrong. She says it's Audrey. So Audrey, not Aubrey, Audrey. She started talking about this case when the emails came out. The emails, which have nothing to do with this case, by the way.
I know B's and D's can be real confusing. But do you see this date? January of 2024. Less than a month after Gypsy got out of prison. Oh my God, would you look at those hashtags? Because once again, Bree, you're wrong. I didn't just start talking about this case. I talked about it quite a bit. However, I stepped away from it and I privated a lot of my videos and I went on and I did other things. And then the prison emails came out and I was like, damn, I'm hooked again. And here we are. And for anyone doubting that this is me because my teeth were a little more crooked, I got Invisalign. You want to know why I got Invisalign? Because Gypsy's stand and my ex's sister, oddly enough, kept coming on here talking about how crooked my bottom teeth were. And you know what? I thought, fuck it. I'm going to spend $7,800 to fix them bitches. And I did. Now, Bree, I know you got to be tired. Because every week you are turning around on this app and getting schooled by me. And then whenever you think that you make this awesome clapback video towards me and people tag me in it, you delete the tags because you know you're wrong. Let's see what else you had to say though.
You could possibly imagine, we have it. Even stuff that Into the Weeds doesn't have, we have. And finally, we're going to be able to put it out in a responsible way.
Then put it out. Let us see it. Or is it going to be like all the medical files that you say, oh, we have it, we're going to put it out, and then y'all don't?
Like, girl, what evidence? The internet's already seen clips, statements, leaked messages, Reddit threads, everything short of a courtroom reenactment. You'd think secret evidence was her new influencer brand the way she teased it. Everyone's like, okay, drop it then. But spoiler alert, she didn't. Big talk, zero drops, classic move. And now, as the plot thickens, people from outside the Gypsy bubble are officially backing away. Influencers who once defended Gypsy are quietly muting her name, and bigger creators are flat out saying, nope, not getting dragged into that tornado. Even Kale Lowry from the Barely Famous podcast, who actually interviewed Gypsy during her big memoir promo, had to pull up and say, yeah, we're done here. And here's the kicker. Kale's walking away wasn't just about the new chaos. It's because those resurfaced clips flipped the script again. During Gypsy's interview, she told Kale that her ex, Nick, was the one who'd suggested something disturbing about their future daughter on her 13th birthday, a statement that shocked everyone at the time. But the newly surfaced videos, they allegedly showed Gypsy making those comments, not Nick, which basically makes that entire interview look like, you guessed it, another performance. When those shocking videos came out, the internet went crazy. People started tagging Kale Lowry from the Barely Famous podcast all over those clips, basically yelling, girl, this is who you gave an interview to? And Kale's reaction? Whew, she didn't hold back. She straight up said if she'd seen those videos before that interview, she never would have agreed to put Gypsy on her platform. She called the whole thing disgusting and made it clear she doesn't stand by anyone who mistreats or manipulates children. And honestly, that hit different. Because this was Kale, who'd given Gypsy a chance when everyone else side-eyed her, now saying, yeah, no, I'm done. That moment right there, it snapped people out of the Gypsy spell. Like, the illusion cracked. Everyone started realizing this wasn't some misunderstood redemption story. This was manipulation, reheated and rebranded. And that's when Gypsy starts her classic move, narrative control mode activated. Because suddenly, she's leaking voice messages to a creator called Zombie Mom. In those messages, Gypsy actually talks about those videos with Nick. You know, the videos that had the internet in a chokehold. She says she's ashamed, that she's not proud, but here's the kicker. She still tries to say it wasn't her idea, that Nick made her do it. Same script, different season. But the internet's not buying it anymore. The receipts don't lie, and what people have seen so far paints a very different picture. The documents, the videos, the tone, it's giving Gypsy the manipulator, not Gypsy the victim. So when she pops up saying, he controlled me, the comment section's like, girl, the math is not mathing. And remember, this is fresh off her saying she's logging off for peace, but somehow she's still leaking audios, still subtweeting through besties, still low-key clapping back on Insta stories. Like, is this peace or PR? Because honestly, it's looking a lot like damage control with a filter and a halo emoji. And let's be real, she's not off the internet, she's orchestrating it. She deletes the TikTok, renames it something vibey like protecting my peace of mind, keeps the link up for the bag, lets Bree play spokesperson, then pops right back in whenever the rumor mill gets too loud. It's the same pattern every single time. And yeah, all those spiritual resets sound cute, but baby, this ain't meditation. This is manipulation with soft lighting. She's not logging off, she's loading the next chapter. So yeah, the truth? Gypsy never truly clocks out. She just steps behind the curtain, hands the mic to her bestie, and watches the show from the director's chair. All right, we're ending it right here. For now. Stay tuned, stay messy, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because this Gypsy saga, yeah, it's nowhere near over.